When we come to read the weekly portion of Vayishlach, we have in our mind Jacob fleeing from Esau and Jacob fleeing from Lavan's house. The notion of fear of something bad going to happen is part of how we read the story. And then when we look at Esau coming with 400 men next to him, it sounds terrible. What's going to happen? But actually, a mission comes with 400 people. It can be honor. It can be actually reflecting something good and positive. The book of Genesis holds lots of encounters between brothers. The first, Cain and Abel, ends up with a murder. But then we have Ishmael and Isaac. When we don't know that the brothers didn't get along with each other, we know that Sarah was not happy. But we also know that at the end of the story, they buried Abraham together. And the story of Esau and Jacob that end up with the hug of each other. And also the story of Jacob and his brothers that also ends up in a happy end. What these happy ends come to tell us? And what the fear comes to tell us? It reminds us that fear is a very natural part of how we relate to each other, how we encounter. We start with fear. We tend to fear. But we need to remember that actually fear is not the usual end. The usual end is that we get along with each other, that we benefit from each other. And that, I think, is a message of our Parsha. Brothers can get along, and the fear is not the important component, but actually the peace and the hug that ends this story. Shavua Tov from Schechter.